Hey, yo, I'm rhyming this week, but I didn't do one before. Gotta take a break sometimes just to keep y'all wanting more. Don't ever get too comfy, never know what's in store. Soon as I'm out of real shit, I move to folklore. But don't get it twisted, it's not that it's a chore. Shit is fun to me, just don't wanna drop a bore. But anyway, all that aside, 93 is here. 7 to 200, 11 to 2 full years. And we just getting started. The pot is here to stay, and he's sucking our path like to get up out the way.
That when I put my headphones on, I gotta like slide them upward because otherwise there's always like little something sticking up in the back of my head. It's not a good look.
Little tricks of the trade.
Yeah, man. I mean, like if I'm gonna have a shirt that the audience enjoys, a pair of shoes, maybe I can't just have my
How do
hair
you know that
sticking
the
up on
shirt
top of that.
the audience enjoys your shirts? Or
I mean, historically, I can only speak for my last win.
is historically a toxic word?
No,
It's historically.
I think nah. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Do you?
I hear what you're saying. There's definitely some bias
hear me knocking?
in the root of the word if you break it down. What about her story? You know,
It's not her story.
but
His. I don't know. It doesn't work that way. I was trying to
it's
go.
not
I was
actually
reaching.
Shiro. They adopted mad words, but they never adopted Shiro, and so now it's just
Is Wonder Woman
it's
a
just
Shiro?
hero. No, she's a hero.
I need a hero.
I'm saying, man.
Drinking coffee.
Yeah, you know, my Ninja Turtles cup. I actually was gonna wear a shirt that was gonna accompany this before I thought to get some coffee for this little recording, but
Oh, I was gonna say. So you were gonna like match the mug to the shirt.
not that wasn't my plan. That's why I don't have one of those on. I got Toon Squad.
Well, you mentioned
Squad,
it. You
bitch.
mentioned it, so I was like, oh, maybe that was the original plan.
Let me just say that I'm glad that you have our branded shirt on.
Yeah, it is my. It was in the rotation today.
Of all the podcast shirts that you can wear.
Well,
You chose ours.
we've already established that
appreciate
the Joe Budden podcast T-shirt was and continues to be a vintage T-shirt because of the fact that they didn't continue doing it together.
I don't think it's vintage yet.
It is vintage.
No,
It
they took a longer hiatus
is
than
no
this
more.
and came back. So until they pass another 6 weeks, I think
It
we
is-
have to wait.
It is no more.
I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying.
So that's a vintage T-shirt. This, yeah, I wore it today. So, actually, we got to talk about like designs for the
Saying.
new T-shirts and things like that. You know,
yeah, we gotta get some big shit popping. And if
Little
you're
shit
wondering,
stopping.
yeah, you're wondering who we're
Ball
talking
on these
about.
suckers being broke is not an option. I do it.
Are we supposed to be like putting Ti on pause right now?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's get ready to podcast. I won't do the thing for you. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 93 of the Kiona and Kasson podcast. I am your host, Adam, here with my brother, Osama.
You.
And, we're just happy to be here, y'all. It's a beautiful day. Had a long, busy day yesterday.
Yeah, man. I am really, really, really feeling the effects of it, and it's not even so. Like, if we had just gone out,
I went into public for the first time yesterday, and like in like a public setting in which
that's the first time you've done that. Like, so
Yeah.
you haven't dined out at all?
Nope.
You haven't dined out the whole time?
Nope.
Well, I have, and obviously I've been on vacation. But like,
I mean, I have
that-
them bring me food, which I'm sure is just as safe as eating it there. To be honest with you, like
it's weird, man. I honestly, but would you so? So, firstly, let's just get into why we're, how things are going, and what
Yeah.
we were talking about. How yesterday
What
was
up,
a
fans?
busy day, but then we can get into that, like the, finally submersing yourself into some more societal
Yeah.
things.
Well, what up, everybody? We glad to have you back. We saw that apparently YouTube had like done something with the release and
Like because we're so big, they wanted to fuck with our algorithm.
yeah, something like that. Or they were like, let's just see how insignificant they really are as
Very,
a contributor to our.
Very, if you didn't know, like compared to most things.
I
Like,
knew something was up, man. I was like, our people comment. We
yeah,
have our
it
people.
was a little weird.
I was like, the fact that nobody. I was like, something's up here.
Right, yeah, that seemed a little weird to me.
Yeah.
But it
I was
made
like, man,
sense
maybe everybody just can collectively decide to hate us. This week.
when Maisha commented that. I was like, that does make some
Yeah.
sense. again, it doesn't though, because why?
Never been a problem before.
Why would you do that to us? We didn't do anything.
Like, you don't have
man.
to silence our media. Cause
We don't play music, right? Because
I
you
mean-
tell us not to.
We played clips here and there, you know. But
Barely, man.
I mean,
Maybe on the Patreon, which still hasn't been established yet, but
I'll
we
say
have
this.
we have extra podcasts already in the tuck. Adam just
I'll say
refuses
this.
to take them outside of it.
when you do play like little clips into the microphone, when you're doing the uploading process into YouTube, they do a part where they check for any copyright. shit,
Serious?
whatever.
There's like a fucking
They do
filter?
Yeah, for all of them, for whoever's uploading any video. So I'm always sitting here like, man, I hope it doesn't catch that and do anything. And so far we've been clean. So
I mean, it's not like. So I watch or I listen to the Foamy and Buckets podcast. You guys may know Foamer Simpson, like the sneaker guy.
shout out to those guys.
Yeah. Definitely him and his brother. They remind me of you and I, like really a lot, which is funny. But yeah. So they do their podcast as well. But I listen on SoundCloud, which is where I listen to I listened because I haven't been really listening anymore to the Joe Budden podcast. But apparently on Spotify, they're having copyright issues, and they've been getting some of their episodes taken down because they like to play. They become heavily music centric, but I don't know that they realize that even this fair usage thing, like, I don't know how much it matters because some artists are just like, nah, you can't use my shit.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
surprised. Maybe I'm off in this, but I'm kind of surprised that SoundCloud still has like the usage that it does. I felt like it had a moment and everybody loved SoundCloud, and then a million other streaming services came about, and I just thought SoundCloud became kind of
Yeah, well, SoundCloud is like they missed an extremely like lucrative opportunity, and what happened with streaming and how
it's funny because they were there
this
first.
companies-
Like
yeah,
they were
that's what I'm saying. Like
they beat a lot of people into
Spotify,
that space.
Tidal, Apple Music, whatever other fucking
And I don't know that they missed it
streaming
because
platforms there are.
what I know of SoundCloud is they're
They should
like,
be bigger.
They're very big on independent
Mixtapes
artists.
and things. That's where
you
you
know?
you can still see a lot of mixtapes.
So I think
and-
like they kind of, I bet they probably actually do have a very large usership, what you would call it. I'm
Most
kind of
definitely.
surprised about it, 'cause SoundCloud, like they had.
I don't pay for anything
No,
on
no.
SoundCloud, which is weird because you would assume, like, I can listen to Joe Budden podcast. There's no advertisements. I can listen to Foamy and Buckets. There's no advertisements.
Hmm.
When I listen to music, that's a different story.
Yeah.
I don't go there for music really, even like mixtapes and things of that nature, because
So mixtapes, they do put commercials and shit in the middle.
I think while listening to music in general, you're going to get some sort of commercials within a couple of songs on SoundCloud. From what I've experienced,
I wonder why that is. Like there's still just audio content.
that's why I'm telling you, there's so many rules that we just don't understand, and that the goalpost keeps moving for them, that we're not able to really catch up.
We
So-
haven't gotten to a point where we need a entertainment lawyer.
Well, if we would
Uh,
just get this fucking Patreon popping, man.
no, we don't need an entertainment lawyer for that.
No, I'm just saying, so we can put some fucking music. I want to hear music on our podcast.
I mean, for sure. Listen,
I mean, for
I
sure.
also want to. I will look at all the content I have. Look through the 37 SD cards that I use, and I will see what we have for the Patreon. Start throwing things up there, and then if I feel like
we have at
hey,
least three pods extra.
Yeah.
We have, I think, a video we made prior, right? We got enough content to start it to get them to see what because I don't want it to become dated.
I mean, for sure, but we didn't talk about anything time sensitive. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I get you, I get
again,
Anyway, so
yeah.
we're tired, and the reasoning is right that okay. So yeah, as Adam has, I think he's kind of put that out there before, or maybe we have both, that we have a detailing business on the side.
Yeah.
Yesterday happened to be a detail. We started at 8:30 in the morning, and we finished, I don't know, like 6 hours later, 7 hours later probably.
Yeah.
So we were done. Adam left the house, my house in the city, went back home, then came back, and we celebrated our little brother's 22nd birthday a few days early
Yeah.
in the city. And that's where I live. Adam don't. So it was funny. He came back to my house 2 times yesterday. But that's beside the point.
Long
I-
day,
I-
lot of traveling.
I don't think that if we had if we hadn't detailed, I'd have been perfectly fine yesterday. Like,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
we were still like, we still had energy. We were out kicking it in the backyard till like 12:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I won't lie. I was yawning since probably like 10.
Oh, no. I was actually cool, man. Like, it was what it is. I think at a certain point you just kind of like whatever. But I was tired, and I felt it this morning.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not the age, though
age.
it has something to do with it a little
Definitely
bit.
the age.
It has something to do with it.
I mean, like, I remember the days where I could be out till 3 in the morning and then
I
have to
remember
start
I
working
wouldn't-
at 7 a.m. And I was cool. And I was like, I'm probably still a little bit tipsy in here, but whatever. It's a grocery store, no matter.
I remember days I just was out all night and
Yeah.
then went to work and like
I'm just
your
saying,
body
like, I
can
was
recover.
able. Yeah, you were able to adapt faster. Like,
Your body recovers.
there was a year I was working in a bakery and I had to work literally throughout a week. I can work 4 different shifts, right? Like opening shift, overnight shift, and 2 midday shifts. Like, I would do that all in a week, but I wouldn't feel exhausted by the end of the week.
It's fucked up what they make you do when you're younger.
Yeah,
Like,
they're assholes.
listen, we need you to work 2 to 11, but be back here at 8. Be like, bitch, what? You want
Like, can
me
I
to
have some
sleep?
consistency?
Can
in
I
the schedule?
sleep 8 hours? Is there a way for you to let me sleep 8
Like,
hours?
this is my developmental years. I need
My
to
body
sleep,
needs
like,
to sleep, bitch.
trying to reach 6'2", 6'3", trying to hit this NBA.
That coffee smells like fucking super strong. Like, what is that? What do you have? What creamer is that?
Folgers, nothing come closer.
What's that? Is that like French vanilla?
No, it's just regular ass Folgers.
No, what's the
Oh, hazelnut.
yeah, see, it smells like super sweet though. Like the hazelnut I use in my coffee. What brand do you use?
I prefer International Delight.
Oh, I like Coffee Mate.
Sarah likes Coffee Mate, so
Coffee
we
Mate's
usually
way
have-
better.
We usually have both. Cause,
Coffee Mate is exponentially better.
I mean, that's a matter of preference. To me,
No,
to
it
me,
doesn't.
Coffee Mate is too
There's
strong.
There's no.
Listen. I'll tell you this. With
There's
Coffee
no,
Mate,
no.
with Coffee Mate, if we use that and I put the hazelnut in, it's like
Hell to the no.
I put 2 or 3
to the
drops,
no,
and
no,
this shit
no.
is sweet by like
Hell to the no.
yes, no,
Wait, I just said no, so no.
exactly. Yeah. See, he agreed with me. I win.
No.
I know I don't know if this like is gonna become a segment, but like I have some other lyrics I want to analyze today.
Go
I want
ahead.
to switch genres over to the R&B side, right?
Cool.
And I think this is in.
We should discuss before that the song we talked about yesterday, the '80s song where she was talking about.
Well, I want to jump to that first. We can do that.
Okay,
after
that's
we do
cool.
This.
I just wanted to bring it up so we
Well,
don't
that's
forget
fine.
because that was
You
hilarious.
Just keep it in your head while I'm
That
talking.
was
You make me
very.
forget what I'm talking
That was
about.
very funny to me.
All right, so I believe. All right,
Sorry, people.
robocalls, shit.
Yeah, man, I get like 400 robocalls a day. I'm like, yo, I wish I was this important.
So, all right. So the song I want to talk about, I think this is Confessions Part 1, Usher, right?
How does that start off?
I don't know. That part, how it starts off is not important. What I'm getting at is...
I think it is because I want to hear it in my head. So, hold on. We're gonna play a smooth jam.
yeah, I don't really remember how it goes. There's like one particular snippet that I was just laughing at, and I was like, I think...
You love me unconditionally, so you never leave me.
Oh, you know what? I lied. It's number 2. It's number 2.
You fucking suck. All right, here we go. Here's number 2. Here's number 2. They sound the same.
This is the one where he tells...
Is this where Jermaine Dupri? Listen.
No, I don't... This is the one where he tells his baby, or his woman, that he's having a baby by another lady.
To my confession, just when I thought I said all I can say, my damn near cried when I got that phone call. On part 1, I told y'all I was creeping with. Nothing I ever had to do. Got me talking.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
So,
tell you
so
about that chicken about when I told you I was creeping with. Said she was pregnant and she's keeping it. The first
okay,
thing
yeah,
that came
right.
to
Hang on,
mind
stop.
was you.
That's
Second thing-
Stop it. This is where I'm getting at. This part. He said.
How do I know if it's mine? If it's
No.
true?
Okay. The third thing was
wishing
that I never did what I did.
How I ain't ready for no kid, and bye bye to our
relationship.
and bye bye to our
He
relationship.
said the third thing on his mind was that I wish I never did what I did.
That would probably be the first thing in my head.
He said, "How do I know that whole
So wait,
first,
wait,
one,
so
two,
wait,
three
so-
is toxic?"
So how's the first? What's the first thing again?
The first thing on my mind is if it's true.
No. The first thing that came to mind was you. Second thing was how do I know if it's mine and if it's true?
Yeah.
Third thing was me wishing that I never did.
Okay,
what
so the
I
first
did.
thing that came to mind was her, which that's a super late afterthought, by the way.
No, I think that. Well, I think she should be probably first or second.
Yeah, no shit. But
So
what
the
I'm
third
saying
should be
is,
first and the first
what
should
I'm
be
saying
second.
is, it was
and
a
the
little,
third should be third.
late to make her the
second
first
should
thing
be
on
third.
his mind. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, now you got a kid, dog.
Yeah, now you got a kid and you've
Listen up, listen up,
So
listen
then,
up,
so then-
world.
and then the second thing
Yeah.
is if it's his and is it true? Which I guess as a major pop star, you
Yo,
gotta look at that, right?
hook is nasty.
I-
These are my confessions. You're just gonna sing it. Singing it makes it better. If I came into a room and like, these are my confessions. That sounds a lot worse than these are my confessions.
You're talking about Usher Raymond, right? USHERRAYMOND. He said in the
Oh, you're
Beverly
just gonna-
Center, like, damn, not giving a damn who sees me. He's in a Beverly Center. Usher.
People
with
are gonna
another
see
chick.
you.
He's like, oh, yeah, I don't care. Oh, shit, how the fuck did this happen? Now I got to make a song about it. Like, bro, there was a lot of fuck-ups that you did along this
There's a
path.
lot of fucked up lyrics in general.
R&B is a nasty genre sometimes.
So what was
man.
the song we were listening to yesterday? Do you remember?
Hold on, let me think
Something
about
about on her knees.
this. Yeah,
And it wasn't throw baby. I'm trying to give them to you.
but it was the original of that. It is where it came
It's probably
from.
the trailblazer, the pioneer of it all, the explorer who found a place purposefully, not like that hack Columbus.
I cannot fucking remember how it goes, but basically, it's like an old '80s soft rock.
Is that love me now? I don't remember. I don't know what the words are, but it goes like
you know,
remember.
all right.
He was like, I don't know the words, but I know it sounds like.
No, he said he thought it always said "hang it in the jury."
But he didn't. He made the sound, right? Didn't he say? Or he said
One of the guys did, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the tall white guy. He was like, "Can you do that again?" He was like,
Which, I mean, how much of the tune goes. Can't really just isolate that as a.
"What would you do if I sang?"
I'm completely removed from my point. Now. I
Out
don't
of tune. Yo, that's a good fucking show. Me and Vivi started it, but Jersey Shore family reunion popped on Hulu, and I was like, I'm all about this right now.
But so this song was basically this woman, soft rock '80s genre. I forgot.
She
I
said
don't know
something
who it is.
about being on her knees.
Basically, the whole song was about her just like willingness, and not only willingness, but like
Enthusiasm.
enthusiasm about getting down on her knees and just.
I wish
provided
we
some
could
sloppy toppy.
remember what the name of that song is. I bet you if I went through like those 80s hits, I would find it.
Yeah, it's a very
Is it
popular
worth
song.
me? Is it worth me looking?
I mean, it probably not.
All right,
It's
I'm
gonna
not
take too
gonna
long. I don't know.
I
But
think
this-
I think it's the one I just said. Me and Adam also like 80s tunes.
It's yeah. I mean,
Little known fact about the Kawash brothers.
which is kind of passed down from the Kawash father. So
Yeah.
you know, that was when we were doing things that we didn't want to do. So I think we intentionally focused on the music because we were like, it's better than doing this.
Even beyond that, I think it's subconsciously is like ingrained in our heads, like the shit that pops used to listen to and what moms used to listen to.
Yeah, for
Like-
sure. I mean, it just takes you to that time. Like we cleaned the house on the weekend. Mom throwing on Shania Twain, and we're fucking just jamming to Shania Twain and cleaning the whole house.
Like you become your parents. Like you listen to your favorite shit. Like, you know, if I have a kid, it's gonna probably listen to some sort of like
Jay-Z, DMX,
really
Nas.
violent rap while it cleans the house or some shit.
Listen to HNIC, Mobb Deep and shit.
Oh man, that's HNIC is probably in my top 5 favorite albums of all time. Like I just love that album.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to our
Prodigy.
yes sir to Prodigy.
Rest in peace to anybody who's no longer here with us.
every
you know?
rest in peace to all those.
I
we've
like to
lost,
encapsulate
man.
it that way at this point now because you know.
Yeah, because
there's just-
you know you don't like to single out all those who, but it's unfortunate you can't put. So listen, the way I'm trying to say is you don't want to single out like because they're such figureheads that they're known, but unfortunately they're the ones that have kind of contributed to your life in some sort of way. So like it's when you see that these people pass as they start passing, it's crazy because it's like holy shit, our legends are leaving us.
And we talked about this. Like we don't
times.
get to see our legends age.
No, not at all.
It's like whatever. But
so
anyway, sad always.
So the question I wanted to ask, because like remember you were saying like that's the first time you kind of went into a restaurant,
right?
Before since COVID kind of went into effect. So man, I find that kind of crazy because even I like at a certain point we decided, all right, we're just gonna go. We'll go once in a while to like even at our favorite, once in a while our favorite restaurants and get the pizza we like or get a burger we like.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think like
speaking of burger, man, I feel like I want small cheval today. For Chicagoans, what small cheval is.
There's definitely times where it's nice to go and dine in somewhere or whatever, but like it's not a thing that's ever really been super key to my life. Like at this point in time, the pandemic is just another reason for me to just stay in the house, man. Like
that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind like going to do like actually it's funny. The pandemic had like an opposite effect on me. Like now I kind of just want to be out and doing things a little bit more and. Like, because I am a homebody, but like at the same time, I guess you just realize how limited time really is, and to kind of just realize how precious it is, and to take advantage of what you do have, and while you're capable of doing things to do them. So yeah, that's why you saw me go to Puerto Rico twice.
Well,
last
and
month
that type of thing for sure. Like going and seeing the world and going to do and experience things. That's cool. I don't need to go like I don't know. When we're in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? You go into just the places you've been to a million times. Like, I'm cool ordering them now and just having them come to the house eat. Especially now. Not that I'm necessarily just trying to be more cautious at this point, especially now, like a lot of people are vaccinated and the numbers are going down and it's trending well. But
yeah,
I just it's not. It's something I don't really necessarily need to do. I don't know.
And that's fine. I mean, I don't blame you. I just, we honestly, I guess, I feel like
then you factor in like this labor shortage, which is a bunch of bullshit. But they are having like less people sign up to go back to work to the restaurants, which I completely understand. Like I was watching some Trevor Noah shit, and he was talking about it, and he's like, for the first time in a long time, the restaurant workers now have something called leverage. They can negotiate a higher wage to come back. They can negotiate benefits. Like these restaurants that make all kinds of money, they have been. I don't know how they tout it. Like, oh, we'll just work you off of tips and that. Like when your customers have to pay your employees, and you have all the money, you can do it.
Restaurant workers are.
We worked for the worst restaurant probably of all time. The way it was managed.
Oh yeah, management wise, it was pretty bad. I think. For restaurant workers, for servers specifically, I think they're underappreciated. I like to try to like acknowledge a good server or good service.
Yeah.
If I can tip well, I'll do that, and that goes across the board. Like I don't understand these people who say they don't tip or they don't tip like you tip how much for that like. I don't know, I don't know what a good tip is for a barber, but like, so here's the thing, right? When we were younger, haircuts didn't cost that much. Most people,
$8.
$8, $12, $15, and then they started to get to 20. You're like, God damn! All right, I'm not gonna lie, my haircut is not $20 right now, right? But so, what would you say? Let's say on a $50 haircut, what would you what are you giving on a tip? Because I'd say $40, $50 is average on a haircut nowadays.
It's $50 for a haircut. Man, I don't know, 40 to 50%. Giving them $70, $75 probably.
Really? Okay. See, yeah, I give like
I tip my barber as well, man, because
I usually tip like I don't know what the hell is like 25% or something like that.
I'll say this: I've been going to my gym for a real long time at this point, and I'm like he never has really given me a price since he hasn't had a shop. So now every time I go, I throw him $40, and I used to throw him. It was $20 like back in the day when I
Yeah.
was shopping.
I remember when he got to 20, I was like, Majid, how the fuck am I afford $20 every 2 weeks?
Yeah, and he's like, every time I give him 40, he tries to give me change, and I'm like, I don't know what you charge, but this is for
This
you.
is what
Keep
you're
this
going
shit.
to have. I don't know what to do for you right here.
Yeah, and I'm like,
No, I don't know. I think it's important to tip your for good service because not everybody is a good server. Like I've had some terrible ones that don't get as much of a consideration for tip. And then you go to like a fancy ass restaurant, you basically go, obviously the food is really, really good, but you're going for like the service and the level of service at that. So if I get a good server, man, like for instance, the last time we went to Mastro's like earlier this year, I really enjoyed it, and the server was fucking dope, like very accommodating and really attentive and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I gave him a good tip. I don't remember what I gave him, but I thought I gave him a good tip. Obviously, it's good for me, in my eyes. But he probably gets a fucking fat tip from, some of these guys that come in there with big ass wallets. I have a regular size wallet at best.
This wallet is normal. In fact, I barely can feel it when I'm sitting on it.
Okay, so generally speaking, my wallet don't go in my back pocket. If I have it, like if I'm about to get in the car, that should come out of my pocket.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just to the side.
But if I'm if I walk through the mall, I haven't been through the mall in a year.
Yeah. Actually, no, I've been to the mall too. The mall's a funny place.
I've been to the mall parking lots for a different reason. But I have not
for cards.
No.
Oh, see, I've been to stupid Target is connected to the mall.
That's where Sunnyside's at.
Too many fucking. It's so funny that they named themselves Sunnyside.
Yeah.
I mean,
big smile on your face, I guess.
I guess so. Their bags are all cool and shit.
Hell yeah, I'm like, this shit is upper class.
I feel bad throwing those bags away. Like,
I could use this for a gift.
For those who don't know, that is like the recreational marijuana like stores, or I guess that's what they are here, right?
Yeah.
In Illinois or Chicago at least.
Yeah.
And it's it's just funny, like, and I guess they have the monopoly on the city.
Pretty much.
I don't know of any other, like, I don't besides because medicinal places, it's weird, but I think they're all
I think
individual
they have like
proprietor whatever. So
they have a plan, I think, for like years to roll out. Like,
well, they're
more
different names. Like have you been past some of these like medicinal spots? Like like I'll actually be in a place to like stop and get some food, and I'll look over and there'll be that green cross. I'm like, what the fuck,
dude? The first time I went abroad somewhere and I like saw that, it's just weird, right? Because like the first time you ever see a dispensary, you're like, this is a weed store.
Is this a nurse's office?
This is a store in which I can go in. I say, hey, I would like that, and then they wrap it up for me and give it to me.
It's so in Puerto Rico,
Pay them
it's
some money.
completely medicinal. It's not recreational, right? So it's only like it's funny. There's a lot of those places. Like there's so many green crosses. Like it's hilarious. It's like it's like checkpoints. You would think if you're
but
walking.
It's funny because I don't
know. Like, there's the green cross. Keep going this way.
I don't know how strong they are about it in Puerto Rico, but like a lot of the places now that are only medical. They're like, there's so many loopholes to get a card.
They were
like temporary passes.
You couldn't. I seen them. Like people were trying to walk in, and literally they would. They have like armed police officers outside.
Mm-hmm. Well, they do here now too, I think.
And they have, they do too. But like, you couldn't go in there without checking your ID. You couldn't and it had to be a medicinal ID. You for sure couldn't just walk up in that joint.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was. It's funny, but there's so many out there. Like. For it to not be recreational, there's a lot of medicinal places.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know if it's a business that makes sense for somebody to open out there. That's why they've created so many. And there's it seems like there's so much because I traveled a lot through that island and I've seen so many.
Yeah, man. I mean, where you have one, like, I've been to...
Well, there's one pothead. There's going to be many others.
Pretty much, man. San Francisco, Colorado, went to British Columbia, Canada. Like, there's anywhere I've been where it's, like, legal at all and to any measure, there's fucking dispensaries everywhere. So, but anyway, it's that on that,
So, do you think we should speak about this MVP race and the Rookie of the Years and the Sixth Man, or do we got things to speak about before that?
Because we could talk about it,
Because no albums come out, right? Only J. Cole, and we talked about J. Cole a little bit. I will say that after living with it for another week, I really enjoy that album.
I knew that this was going to be one that you enjoyed. I think we talked about it, and you know what? I think we're the only ones who talked about it. I haven't heard anybody else say it.
But
this is the first album that he has features on.
It's the
And I
first.
haven't heard anybody talk about that.
And it's gone exactly in the way I told you it should for him to have a successful album.
I knew that you were gonna appreciate this album because of that. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, look at this guy!
Look at he listened to me.
Look features."
He listened. You know, no, it's a good album. I enjoy.
He took your word for it. Like low key, J. Cole actually listens to our podcast.
That'd be hilarious. But listen, all I said is he could benefit from a little less J. Cole getting in J. Cole's way, and I think that's what happened here. And now he's hooping in Rwanda. You see that?
Yeah. I'm trying to see what new albums came out.
Very much. I looked.
Pooh Shiesty. Hey, you know what's funny, man?
Yeah, I actually wanted to listen to that.
You think he feels a way that sometimes people use his name to describe things sometimes now? Like, oh, that's Pooh Shiesty.
No,
Young M.A., I think.
Yeah, I ain't listened to that. There's not much that came out. I mean, in regards to things that we want to talk about, I don't think there is.
This Benny the Butcher, Trust the Sopranos. When did that come out?
Yeah, that actually did just come out, but it's I think it's a Sopranos album with him.
Yeah, these fucking guys are working, man. They always got something coming out.
Yeah, but the Sopranos is different from Griselda.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you still
BSF is Benny's, and Griselda is obviously what the collective of the two brothers.
Two groups at once and shit.
Yeah. But no,
Yeah,
I didn't listen to that yet. I don't typically enjoy those like.
It's like when Jeezy did the USDA album.
The USDA's. I was gonna say D12, but not really. D12 was a better group for that first. They
D12
actually
had some funny songs.
Yeah, D12 was different. But yeah, I don't typically enjoy those like.
Shout out Sammy over there. You'd be like, you talked up Eminem.
Those I got on. And, I don't typically enjoy the I got on, so I'm going to go ahead and put this album together for my guys and let them get on too.
Yeah.
Which is, I support that and I appreciate that. I just don't typically enjoy those albums too much.
I think we were listening to music the other day, and I think Shoulder Lean by Young Joe came on. I was like, talk about a one-hit wonder, man. I was like, I really fucked with that song.
Who's that again? Young Joe?
Young Joe. I was like, I really fucked with that song. That's a one-hit wonder, you know? He came and went. Mims is a one-hit wonder. Who are some of the best one-hit wonders in hip-hop?
Huh?
Who are some of the best one-hit wonders in hip-hop?
Oh, fuck. That's
because they exist.
Poor Joe Budden, but it might be him.
Yes and no, because after he put that out, he was actually like more successful.
No, he's not a one-hit wonder, but in the world of hits, he is.
After he got on his chip on my shoulder type of shit, his underground following became stronger than his mainstream following.
And that's fine, but I'm saying in the world of like,
yeah,
what is to be generally known to be a hit or
in hip hop history.
Yeah.
What was speaking of hip hop history? They just broke ground on the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's dope. I saw Fat Joe, Nas, Busta Rhymes is there, and I think Slick Rick.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope.
Definitely dope.
That was pretty dope. I like to see that.
Shout out hip hop, man.
Yeah. Maybe Rich Boy. Dun, 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 dun. Throw some D's on that bitch.
Yeah, but that didn't sound like that.
Yeah, it did. It started that was the beginning. I just don't know how the rest of the beat goes.
Do you really love me like you say you do? Is he really gonna call me like you said you was?
No, that's that Look At Here, boy.
No, that's the remix for Throw Some D's.
See, I enjoy that. I enjoy the remix.
The remix is nice. Yeah. He had everybody.
What was Mims?
This Is Why I'm Hot.
Was it This Is Why I'm Hot? What was King Kong in my trunk? That was Mims too. King Kong.
So he's a two-hit wonder.
So is that he don't count then?
No, he's out of the race for that then.
So then
you had more than one hit.
What was it like? So Jaquan maybe. Everybody in the club getting tips.
Young Jock.
No, Young Jock.
People who will fight me for that, but you know what, man?
He did a little bit more than me.
He's maybe like a 3 or 4 hit wonder.
No, Young Jock got a few tracks back then. Now he just does.
I'm not gonna say
now
that.
Young Jock is just hilarious.
I'm not gonna say that he had a few hits.
So Young Jock, Vivi watches that VH1 shit, the Love and Hip Hop or whatever.
Yeah.
So Young Jock be on it once in a while, and Scrappy too. And Scrappy is hilarious.
Scrappy is the one.
Young Screenap. Nah, you can't say that because he was like more of the.
All right, well, outside of Atlanta,
he was part. Yeah, well, he was part of Lil Jon's whole thing. The
Money in the Bank.
No.
Drank it.
No, what was the name of the group for Lil Jon?
Crunk World. I don't know.
No, fool.
I thought he had something involving like Crunk World.
Being me, click.
I got money. Being me, money
I don't
in
remember.
the bank. Gee.
I don't remember. But anyway, maybe Scrappy ain't a one-hit wonder, but
He's pretty close to
there
it
are
to me.
someone. So can you be a one-hit wonder if you have like a hit? And
Is being a
a
one-hit
hit-
wonder
a-
subjective?
a
Because
hit and like one and like half a hit?
I don't think you can have half a hit.
Yeah, you can. A little
It's
bit.
either a hit or it's not a hit. There's no gray area for this.
I mean, well, if we're talking baseball, there's different types of hits.
I mean, but we're not. Remember
I
we had
said if I can show the link. I don't know how to dance. Let me see you bounce right to left and let you show the link.
that was the
Show
first
the link.
that was the first colloquial bop that I
Did you say that word right? Colloquial? Is it colloquial?
colloquial.
You're colloquial. No.
Can't even say. Can't even spell Versace.
Colloquial.
Colloquial. Yes.
Colloquial. It sounds like you're saying it. Like sounds. It's the type of word that sounds like you're saying it wrong when you say it.
It just sounds wrong no matter how you phrase it.
Like, do you that didn't
And
sound
and
right.
it's probably not, the first, but like in the new age of bopping, what a bop is,
bop,
bop, bop, bop,
bop. What's that new Cardi B song? Big bags bumping out the Birkin band.
Is that the one on the
think it
Khaled
was-
album?
Yeah, I think it's that big bags busting
Listen,
out the Bentley band.
Let me just tell you something. Cardi didn't write that song.
I don't care what
Cardi
you
did
wrote.
not write that song.
I don't care. Listen, I haven't listened to that thought who wrote this because it's not a song that I care about. I just like that part. Big bag busting out the Bentley band. Band. She says it weird too.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a good song, I guess, but it's like I'm pretty positive this is not coming from her hand. Sorry, just don't think so.
Big bags busting out the Bentley band.
Khaled has he's allowed for a lot of nice singles to drop.
Yo, Khaled's not gonna release a bad album. It's just not always gonna be
But
like,
you can't release a
whoa,
bad album
it's
because
impressive.
the collaborative efforts are too strong for it to be a bad project ever.
Oh wow, look at that statement on DJ Khaled.
It's
Big bags busting out the Bentley
I
band.
guess it's a reflection of Khaled because people want to work with him, right? So I mean,
Yeah. All right, so I guess there's not much music to talk about. I don't want to talk about DJ Khaled's album for the fourth week after.
Well,
it came
I
out.
mean, I don't think we should just glaze over the Hip Hop Hall of Fame thing.
I think that's important.
do
Where's it
they-
going to be at?
uh,
Is it in Ohio?
no, better not be in Ohio. Everything, all the Hall of Fames are in Ohio. me
Because
look it
isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Isn't it in New York?
It should be in like the Bronx or some shit.
Yeah. Hip Hop Hall of Fame is a New York chartered nonprofit museum.
Adam sucks, so I'm gonna say big bag busting at the Bentley
Oh
band.
yeah, it's in Manhattan.
All right. Is Manhattan and the Bronx are pretty close to each other, right?
I have no idea.
I
How
wish
New
you
York-
would
Everything
know.
in New York is laid out close together. I'm
No,
assuming so.
well, I'm talking about.
I was listening-
Talking in terms of boroughs. I think that uptown is like Harlem,
Let me tell you something.
and downtown is like the Bronx.
I know of
I
like
think I just butchered that, and for all my New York people that listen, I apologize.
when you look at New
I
York,
do know that they're connected to some, and it's like they're like, Manhattan and Bang Bang. But I don't know which one
New
is
York
Bang Bang.
squeezes so much into so little. Like you got Manhattan, Uptown, Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn. Like there's so many. Staten Island. There's a million places in New York, and New
Uptown,
York
baby.
is this small on the map. It's so misleading. I'm like,
Say what? It's so small.
New York is like this big on the map. You know what I mean?
New York
Obvious-
is a massive city, though.
Well, but it's not. New York City is big, and that's where most of those places that I'm talking about are. Like, when you consider upstate New York, you're not talking about the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem.
No, I know.
all
I'm
those
talking
places.
about,
This
I'm
is
talking
New York
about New
City.
York City with all the boroughs, with Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan.
I just feel like there's
Long
so
Island, I
many
can't remember them offhand.
cities within
But-
the city type of thing.
no,
like,
but those are like
I know the
part of
neighborhoods
city,
and like
part of the city though, and
I mean, I
so
get
they're. I mean, I guess they're not suburbs.
I don't. What is a borough? Any New Yorkers out there who are familiar with that and want to help?
So
educate
is a
me?
borough the
Because
same thing as if we were to say Adam lives in the borough of where he lives? Streamwood?
No, because this is a suburb.
Right. But I'm saying, like, is that the equivalent of being called a borough in New York?
I think it's just like a neighborhood.
So what stream would be a
I
borough?
think it would be like in the city. You got little
I don't
village.
think it's just a
you
neighborhood
got,
because
like,
they're fucking massive.
I think they're. I don't know. I'm
Hey,
not educated on the subject.
Listen,
Somebody want to chime in
New
and
York
let me
ain't
know.
got no alleys, and they throw garbage out like in the front almost every day. I'm good. Anyway,
I haven't been to New York as an adult.
I have.
So I need to go and do that.
But I haven't been in years. I think the last time I went to New York was 2009. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we went to. I think the last time I was anywhere near New York, I was up New York, Niagara Falls.
I was just thinking about Niagara Falls on the ride here. Like, I wouldn't mind taking I don't know if I want to take a road trip, but I wouldn't mind getting myself
You
up
have
to
your honeymoon there.
No, hell no. My
You have-
honeymoon,
You
dude.
can have your wedding there, office style.
No, no. I would definitely be destination wedding.
Made of the mist.
It would definitely be destination wedding,
You get a big ice cream cone at the little shop down there.
and it would probably end up being
Stop looking at me like that before I put you on the corner and make me some money.
my honeymoon would probably be in that Maldives place.
The Maldives.
Maldives.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
I think it's Maldives.
I have a problem. I have a real hard time with geography. I've learned.
Yeah, I'd be like, people be like, oh, you know how Italy's right next to this place. Be like, no, I don't. I just. But thank you for telling me.
There's certain areas I'm more educated on than others, and I just have a hard time with, like, I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not important.
Anyway.
So basketball then, right?
Yeah.
Wait. We were supposed to talk about the Hall of Fame. All we talked about was where it was located.
Well, yeah. So you didn't say
did you
it's
know
in Manhattan.
Well, I didn't read too much about it. I just saw they did the groundbreaking and now where it's at. But do we know, like, when they're gonna induct their first class? Anything like
No,
that?
because as far as I know, those shovels that they put into that dirt were the first steps to that place even being created.
Yeah, but
So
I imagine
don't
they
think-
created it with a plan.
Yeah,
in
I'm
mind. It's
assuming,
not
but
like,
the plan is probably to get finished and then start shit. You know,
I
get
guess.
things in the put things in the interior.
You
Though
you gotta reverse engineer these things before you actually engineer them.
I'll say that that's a reason for me to go to New York again. Though I would like to see that place.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I just like to go and see
think
it.
about all the historical memorabilia and whatnot in there.
And it goes the same for Los Angeles. Like, I've never been to LA, so I want to go and see just
LA
the big cities.
LA is dope. I enjoyed LA.
I've been around the United States a lot, but I haven't been to, like, the biggest cities that.
Yeah, you've been to Arizona. I want to go to Arizona. I want to see that place
Yeah.
because it looks like it's a cool spot. I want to go to that Zion National Park.
Yeah, I mean, I went to so we went to Phoenix because there was a wedding going on out there, and then took a road trip to Grand Canyon. So that was like, even just seeing how the terrain changes in Arizona is really weird because
It could be. It's a lot of.
it goes from, like, desert and palm trees to pine trees and grass.
Really
It just, like, there's literally, like, I don't even think it's gradual. I think you literally just hit a point and it just changes.
like across the street they got snow,
Yeah,
but we
pretty
don't
much.
got that shit over here.
Right. Yeah, something weird like that. But all right. Well, I'm interested to see what the.
Oh no,
how
I
they
think
kind of orchestrate
we'll be
things.
making a trip to that spot at some point. You know, after it's been finished. Obviously, I don't
Yeah.
want to see it in construction,
Yeah.
but like, oh, that's nice. You know that's going to be a nice building when it's finished. Why do we come here again?
I wonder what shape they're gonna make the building. And you think it's gonna be like a music symbol,
It's going to be in the shape of a beat machine,
a big drum building?
an 808.
Yo, I forgot what song came out in the car, but I was like, man, 808 just sounds so damn good in car.
808 is a great sound. So I think I say we talk about basketball next, right?
Mm.
But we are on a time crunch today. Also, we have to take a break for the light.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that. When we get back, we'll be talking about Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man, and
all them regular season awards and whatnot.
yeah. Spoiler alert! You know I got my vote for Derrick Rose on that Sixth Man. Though
the shoes are Derrick Rose.
Though
Anyway,
Jordan Clarkson could be argued that he deserves it as well. But we'll get to it when we get back. See you guys in a minute.
So we've officially rechecked the mics.
We check the mics.
We're back.
They sound so nice.
My mic sounds nice.
Dude, you just fucked that whole little thing up. That was going to be nice if you could have just matched my energy. You just didn't do it.
I thought I did.
Anyway.
I passed the vibe check.
So we are back, baby.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? Who do you think is First of all, let's start with Rookie of the Year, right?
Okay, so Rookie of the Year, the candidates are LaMelo,
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, and who's the other dude?
Dude in New York, right?
Quickly? No. Toppin?
Akora? Oh, Toppin. Yeah, right.
Is it?
I think so. I don't know if he's on there or not. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure.
Take a look. Because I think
These
I'm
are
up to
just
my
my
state that
personal thoughts
LaMelo
about
should be
who-
winning regardless.
I don't know because he was out, and I think that's gonna hurt him.
Yeah, but you could tell that the fact that he was out really hurt the team. Him being in the on the squad, man, they were I think in fourth place. Once he went down, so to me that means that the team he had a higher impact on the team.
Oh, wait a second.
Again, I mean, you can make the argument for anybody. I mean, I think Edwards at some point became like he went on a nice little tear in the second half. I think this season. Are you still not finding it?
So the Rookie of the Year, the top 10 candidates, who they have? Because obviously it's not just.
Let me see. I'll tell you who the
I don't think it
finalists
just
are.
limits it because everybody.
No,
who's
there's
a rookie-
finalists now, but so.
Well, that article is as of May 17th.
It's not quick. It might be quickly. Or maybe Tyrese Halliburton.
I would give it to LaMelo. I just think that it might hurt him that he was out for a few months.
Oh, Sadiq Bey. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But either way, LaMelo deserves it because he just looks like he's enjoying
I just need to know
basketball.
which cards that I should start getting ready to sell.
Yeah, like everything
so
comes back to cards nowadays.
The top 3 on this list are Sadiq Bey, LaMelo, and Anthony Edwards, which are basically who you would anticipate it was going to be when the draft happened. So, Jayshawn Tate, I'm not sure who that is. He's number 4.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton at number 5.
Well, they've already got to the 3 finalists at this point. They have a whole thing. I think I could find it on Instagram right now. But they have the finalists. What's it called? Sports Center. All right. Sorry for this lack.
Yeah, we should have these things pulled up. We don't have a screen, man, but maybe now that the JBP is done, maybe he's looking for work, you know?
I don't think about that. I don't think that's true. But you never know. This is definitely...
See, NBA Awards 2021 finalists for MVP, Rookie of the Year, and others.
Yeah, so that's where you want to be at.
MVP, we'll start. I'll just go down the list as it's listed
let's do
here
it that
because
way.
it's easier. So MVP candidates: Nikola Jokic, the Joker.
Jokic, yeah.
Is it Jokic?
It's Jokic.
But then why do they call him the Joker, not the Joker?
Don't know.
Anyway,
because nobody does anything that makes sense.
Embiid from 76ers.
Right.
He must have had a pretty good season.
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
did a
really
good
watched
season.
too much. It said he averaged 28.5 points, 10.6 rebounds. I wanted to put reboards there. It didn't really work. 2.8 assists in 51 games.
And then Steph, which
Steph,
I think
yes.
Steph should win the MVP. He deserves it.
32 points a game, 5.8 assists, and 5.5 boards. 42.1%.
He's so
from 3.
automatic. It's almost it seems impossible. Some of the shit he does, man.
It is impossible. I mean,
He reminds me of a young me, and it's just like
we've been through this. Your shot is not comparable to Steph. I'm sorry. It's not.
okay. I said my young me, so there's no way to prove it now. But I said a young me, so your word against mine.
What's that dude's name? James Jones. Maybe you're like closer to him. You hit the occasional clutch
fucking
3.
James Jones.
All right. So then, Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is on the list again. He would be a repeat. if
Wait,
he
who'd
won.
you say you think should win? Steph?
Yeah, I think would be like maybe not because he didn't make him to didn't bring them to the playoffs.
Well, that's because this
but-
was a weird year. Also, you got to think about the weapons he had. It
I'm
was
gonna-
basically him willing.
I'm
them.
gonna assume the Joker is gonna take the MVP.
That's
award.
what they're saying. That's
There's definitely a case for Steph, but
that's what seems to be the general consensus.
all right, Defensive Player of the Year. You got Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, which is I don't know what his defensive prowess has been this
Ben
season.
Simmons is
Clearly the
pretty-
76ers
defensively.
have been
Ben
effective.
Simmons has been. I think he's been pretty much more consistent on that end than his offensive end until this last year or so
Yeah.
span.
All right, listen, I'm all for seeing the development of these high prospects actually come to fruition. At least maybe round out a little bit more than what it has been.
Yeah.
But 76ers have been working their ass off this season, so I'll give it to him, man. Nice to see him on that list, I guess. And then Draymond, he averaged. The 2017 Defensive Player of the Year averaged 1.7 steals per game. He doesn't have any of his stats listed, which is weird. And then, so then Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, which is the one I care about most because I feel like Derrick Rose deserves this accolade. Though he probably won't receive it, I think that he should be. He should at least. I'm glad he's a finalist. But
so I'll give you the three, and I'll give you their numbers. And obviously, he's going to go deeper than numbers. But
I am number one.
I think
two is not a winner, and three nobody remembers.
I will say this: I think Derrick Rose's popularity has sparked back up in recent years.
Yeah, you could tell he's getting a more popular vote again.
Yeah, so we might maybe. I mean,
and everybody knows we're 100% Derrick Rose supporters. Look back.
I mean, I got the kicks on right now.
We got 3 years of podcast to prove it. So just
this chair is not. Hold on.
Yeah,
my knees.
I moved it over.
Yeah, see, I thought you did, and I was like, son
so
of a
I can
bitch.
get out the fucking door.
I got out
Don't
the door
move my
without
mic
moving
stand.
Hey,
it's gonna be hard to get it back to where I can talk.
I got
to
out of the
it.
door without moving it. You know what I mean?
If you don't get your ass out of here, I gotta squeeze past the fucking microphone. I moved your chair.
Could at least say, hey, yo, I moved your chair.
Nah.
You may want to adjust it.
Figured you would have felt it. Yeah, you're kind of
I
off.
had everything all centered. You know?
You are off. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose deserves
Sixth Man of the Year. We have Jordan Clarkson, and he would average 18.4 points and 4 rebounds in 68 games coming off the bench. Nice numbers. Joe Ingles.
Yeah,
never been.
They're both their teammates. Guy, but, they're teammates of Denver.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they said I don't know, because to be a sixth man, you have to come off the bench or start a maximum amount of games. Like you can't
wait. They're not. They're in Utah. Not.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Utah. Sorry. But yeah, in order to be a sixth man, you couldn't have started it specific. You have to have like started less than a certain amount of games and come off the bench more. You know what I mean?
So you can have multiple six man candidates from the same team.
I don't think. I think that's fucking dumb. To be honest with you, I don't know why.
How can you have 2 6 men? One of them you is number 7.
That's why it doesn't make sense. But whatever. Derrick deserves that. I don't know that he'll get it.
So Joe Ingles averaged 12.1 points, 4.7 assists, and 3.6 boards, 45.1% from.
There's no way he deserves that over Derrick.
And then see Derrick averaged 14.7 points, 4.2 assists, and the career best 3.8% from three. 38.
Yeah, I was like 3.8. Damn, he sucks.
38.8.
That must mean that every time I seen him shoot, that was the only 3-pointer he made all game.
I gotta say, I mean, this is the first time the Knicks have returned to the playoffs since 2013.
And they're a 4th seed. You have to attribute that or you have to take that into account when considering who's going to win this award, and I believe that Derrick deserves it.
You know, the funny thing is...
And I may be biased, and I may be, like, a little bit more on the emotional side in terms of how I'm
But the impact is obvious, and all the guys give it up to him,
and
clearly, you know?
If you look at his rate or his percentages within the
Plus or
last
minus
10 games, he's averaging more than 20 points, like 22 points a game, like 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Like, he's actually snapping. Like, he's getting into his bag.
Yeah.
So, like, I think you have to take that into account. Be like, okay, Derrick is really more deserving of something. Like he should be a starter, right? But because of the fact that he's on,
I think he's cool deferring.
He's on load management, or is most, without being on load management.
Yeah.
To be, so to speak, or what have you. But I'm saying he only ends up playing 29, maybe 30 minutes at the most.
Yeah.
Usually it's like a 26-minute game.
Let's see how many minutes he averaged. Not on this little small list anyway.
Yeah, but he doesn't average much. So Derrick, in my opinion, should deserve it. I think, there's so many awards that Derrick would have won regardless. He would have become a champion, probably Finals MVP, and other things as well. But things have derailed. So I think this story has to be taken into account when considering it. Like, it's you got to look.
Derrick Rose is like he's the poster child of perseverance.
You've got to look at this in its totality of what it really means and what it is, what it signifies, what it promotes in terms of work and
Chicago tough
and
kid,
heart.
man.
Yeah, 100%.
This kid,
So-
like the amount of mental strength he had to have. Never mind
Yeah.
all the physical shit you put your body through, but the
man,
mental
We
toughness.
it's not like we know Derrick, but as Chicagoans, we feel like we know Derrick, and
and he's only a year older than me. Like he was in the basketball since I was playing 8th grade. He was playing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's nuts, man.
It's just weird to think about it, but like,
So, again, as always, Derrick has our support. We hope you win, man, and
Yeah.
much love to Derrick. He's just a really
I would love to have
a
had
really
him
dope
like
representative
win.
of the city.
Yeah. I would love to have had him win as a Bull, like win a ring as a Bull. But I just want to see him get
I
a ring.
will root and buy his Knicks jersey. I might win. Listen. I did not like the Knicks growing up. I don't really care for them as a grown up,
Mhm.
and wearing a jersey would upset me. But I would buy it and I would wear it proudly if Derrick won a championship this year with the
Yeah.
Knicks. I'm not buying it just because he's with them. Because if that's the case, I'd have had that 35.
Historically, bring that word back. There's just certain franchises that, as a Bulls fan or any Chicago affiliated fan, that you have to automatically root against.
Yeah.
The Knicks are one of those teams, but it's also there's some compartmentalizing there because like the way that there are diehard LeBron fans who no matter what team he's on, they're rooting for that team because he's there. It's kind of like that with Derrick. I mean, there's Chicago bias, and it just is what it is, you know.
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere. So, again, I hope he wins the award. I'll be paying attention to that, but time will tell.
Yeah. All right. So then the next category is most improved player. We got Jeremiah Grant.
I think you could put Derrick up there too.
Well, no, not really. His numbers. His numbers are still they've been solid. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, you know who's gonna win this is Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's on the list, and Michael Porter Jr. is on the list.
There's no Michael Porter Jr.
Michael Porter Jr. makes
He's a monster too. But
okay. So listen, here's the difference for Michael Porter Jr. All right, he averaged 19 points, up 9.7 points from last season, 7.3 rebounds, up 2.6 from last season.
There's a difference in why though. Jamal Murray went down. So when Jamal Murray went down, Michael Porter Jr. MPJ had the only thing he could do is come and step up and try to perform.
You got to give
and
him
he
that
has.
props for that,
100.
you know?
But I'm talking about the reason why it's up is because his opportunities have gone up.
Yes,
His
but
touches.
that's what the league is about. I mean, that's
Oh,
when
of course,
you know,
next
certain
man up.
people spread their wings, and
Next man up.
that's where superstars are born. You know,
But Julius Randle is going to win this award.
yeah, I think he should. I don't know if they put this in the order of like who's the most likely according to like how. I don't know.
I don't think that's how they worded him.
I hope not because it seems that way based on I don't know, whatever. So then, all right, next is Rookie of the Year, LaMelo, Anthony Edwards, and Tyrese Halliburton. We talked about that. We'll
Yeah.
just skip through it. And then Coach of the Year, Monty Williams for the Suns, Tom Thibodeau for the Knicks, which you have to have on the list.
I think Tibbs actually should win this one also. I know that it's because I know it seems weird. Oh, you're rooting for all these New York, but no.
But
if
Thibodeau
you-
was ours first. So
Listen, one, yeah, we're going to root for him. But two,
Taj Gibson too,
You-
man. We
if
got to
you-
give him love.
I think
over there.
Tibbs has finally found a nice balance as a coach.
I think he really wants to win with Derrick.
Yeah. Oh, I think for them to win together would be fucking beautiful. I know it's not going to happen this year, man, but oh my God.
The funny thing is,
if there was even the smallest glimmer of hope,
I have a DraftKings account, right? And I think like just before the season kicked off, you can like put your predictions in for who's going to win the championship. And one of the 3 teams that I bet on was the Knicks for $5, and if I win, that's like $1,000. Come on,
damn, that'd be crazy.
So I was like, yeah, let's go Knicks. Come on.
Dude, that'd be fucking nuts. If Derrick actually was helped will them to a championship, that would be fucking dope. I would love that shit.
You know what? I mean, I don't know what his mental state currently is, but I think he's at the point where he's like, I'm ready to win now.
Oh, they said he's like 6 man. I saw a quote yesterday, 6 man. When they were talking about 6 man, he's like, that's cool, but what's even cooler is being back in the playoffs. He's like, I haven't been here for a few years, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I'd love
Happy
to
for
hear
Derrick,
that.
man,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Well, the last Coach of the Year candidate is Quinn Snyder for the Jazz.
Yeah, so it's
And,
gonna be.
they speak for themselves. The Jazz is a solid team. So
I think Tibbs should be able to win that. But also more basketball. Like so obviously for the play-in, the first one was with the.
fuck LeBron.
Well, dude, did you see it? Like listen, I think most game winners require a lot of luck. Like It's
For sure.
skill, it's repetition, but also just a little bit of that luck.
Absolutely.
You know, so I don't really agree with I didn't like how Stephen A. kind of like disrespected.
I didn't hear what he said about it.
He was like, he was like, of course it was luck. He's like, we ain't talking about Steph Curry, we're talking about LeBron James.
I feel you, Stephen.
I feel that, but like at the same time, like you
listen.
there's
Two people in the league that you expect that kind of shot from, and one of them is Damian Lillard. The other one is Stephen Curry.
No,
Stephen Curry
I think there's
LeBron.
more than two people in this league. I would get
From I don't know, man. When
I
you talk
think-
about
I think-
when you talk about deep threes that like Ray
Oh,
Allen
yeah,
is gone.
But I think,
so,
but I think the league is evolved to a league where most people can hit a three. So I'm saying that I would expect that kind of shot. Maybe not as okay. So if we're talking about them all being on a team, obviously you're gonna say, all right, Steph is one. Then if Dame time's open, pass it to Dame. But Harden,
too, yeah.
as funny as it sounds, Kyrie. He's got a little ice in his veins, a little for that last moment,
But not
So
from
it
not from a three.
so
He'll
I
hit
think
you.
you
He'll
can-
hit you with the mid range to seal the game.
I
But he's not
think
kidding.
you'll
with the three.
agree, right? Just because you're not necessarily the most, you're not like a killer during the game, so to speak. So you're not. Sorry, guys. Well, you're not. I don't think they can hear it, but
No,
just
yeah.
in case. But just because you're not necessarily the killer during the game, right? I
Mhm.
think, but you have a shot, right? Let's say you're a skilled player, you have a nice jump shot, but you're not. During the game, you're not go mode, kill mode, right? Like you get that shot, you're gonna knock it down.
Yeah.
I think that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't be the guy that goes to it, gets the ball given to them at the end of the game, right? Because it takes a certain individual to compartmentalize that last few seconds of a game, right?
Listen,
Think-
the
no, no,
sun
I-
even shines on
no,
a dog's
no,
ass.
of
There have
course.
been people who have hit shots from at the buzzer that you're like,
I didn't hit game winners, so you
yeah,
can
and it was
kiss my
lucky.
ass. Fuck you, bitch. You know that wasn't no motherfucking.
It was lucky.
That wasn't no fucking luck.
It was luck.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, listen, there's always a
Ain't
little
no
bit of luck
fucking
involved.
Oh yeah, I know it's a little bit of luck, but a lot of
Your
it-
ass is not a 100% shooter. That means there's luck involved.
Oh, okay, that's luck. But also, it requires. I'm not even thinking about me. I'm just thinking about like
LeBron.
no,
Fuck
like
LeBron, too.
anybody who's shooting a shot at those last few seconds.
Let me tell you this about
like
this
okay,
game.
so break it down the way MJ broke down his last shot with the Bulls, right? If you read how he broke it down, he breaks it down from the point of the possession on the other end of the floor when Karl Malone got the rebound,
But
and he
LeBron,
stole it from him.
listen, Michael's intelligence on the court was a different level.
Or he
than
got it in the post. Maybe he didn't get it.
99.9999%
I'm just
of
saying,
players.
but I'm talking about a player's ability. Dude, think about okay. For instance, you hate LeBron.
I hate things about LeBron.
Okay. Well, I'm trying. Let me break it down. You hate LeBron, right?
I'm trying to make sure that you are accurate with your wording here. Because
You
hate
hate
is
things
strong.
of LeBron, right?
I hate
you hate
things about
him.
LeBron.
So what I'm saying is, during a game, he's a monster most of the time, right? He's a beast. He's in kill mode, and if you get in his way, you're probably get ran over.
And
But-
if you
But
don't-
your argument is that he doesn't do that in the last second,
yeah,
right?
Mhm.
He's not able to. There's an opposite end to that. The player,
not that he's not able to. My problem with him has been that he's always deferred.
deferment is another thing.
If you're
But-
going to be a
but deferment in that-
superstar on the
deferment in
team
that-
and the
def-
self-proclaimed best player
okay,
alive,
so my argument is deferment in that mode. Deferment in that moment also is a little bit of you not being able to handle that moment, right? That's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to be left with the ball in my hand at this point, because if I miss, I don't know that I have the confidence to make it.
I'll
so
say
I'm gonna
this:
let it land on somebody
I don't
else.
necessarily care that he passes. Okay, if you're in a game, you have a role player who's notorious for threes. He has a way better shot than you do, and you have the time, get the ball off to him. Great, but as the superstar, as the self-proclaimed best player in the game,
Yeah,
when your season is on the line,
you should be shooting.
that ball should be in your hands.
And that's what I'm talking about right now. Not everybody is made for that moment. So, what we're talking about in terms of like LeBron taking that
Fucking
shot,
Ray Allen.
like it did have to. It did. Oh, that's a perfect person. Like when the ball, I think a person that is able to hit a game winner is able to almost be in the gym by themselves with that ball.
Yeah.
Right. Ray Allen is taking that spin move that like literally caught and spinned and shot in that corner thousands of times.
There's actually a perfect story. I was just it's just a small video clip that I watched that relates perfect to this. Right, Kobe Bryant. they were asking Kobe about his 81-point game, and they were like, "Oh, were you kind of like surprised that you were able to get that off?"
I did just see that.
And he was like, "I'm never gonna say that I was surprised that I was able to do that." He's like, "I when I'm not playing, he's like, I'm in the gym 8 hours a day, 1,000 makes." He's like, and sometimes if it's a bad day, I'm missing 60-70% of those. He's like, that repetition, all those shots you see me do out on the court, he's like, I do those in the gym. He's like, and the amount of times that I shoot, they're bound to fall sometimes, and it's just like he's like, when you put the work in, you're not surprised at the result.
It's repetition. Basketball is repetition. Like, it's funny. So Adam has that stupid small fucking rim hanging 14 feet above his, but like. So lately we've been coming and shooting, and like we haven't shot at all, right? Like me and Adam haven't shot on a basket at all. Yeah. But yesterday when we went to this little arcade, we were playing that little pop-up shot, right? And I know it's small, it's a small scale, whatever. But I came in here today, and my muscle memory is just a little bit different. The snap in my wrist, the flick of
because you had a full-size basketball in your hand.
I know it sounds stupid, man, but it's not. It's repetition. It's a
muscle memory is a real thing.
The muscles were woke up a bit, so like my ability to just shoot a little looser had changed just within that. And it sounds weird, but it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So my argument at the end of the day is really that it doesn't necessarily, just because you're not the greatest during the game doesn't mean you're not the guy to go to at the end, because certain people can just slow the moment down.
Listen, fine. LeBron hit the game winner. You advanced. You knocked out the Warriors.
That was a beautiful
Congratulations.
Shot. That shit dropped.
Kudos to you, big guy. You finally showed up at the big moment.
I don't know that they're going to win the championship. I don't know that. No. Well, it depends on how healthy and him and AD stay.
I don't care about that. You giving him a shoe in for that, and I'm still not telling you that I think that
a shoe in for the championship.
Yeah,
no. I didn't. I'm not saying shoe in.
Last week you said that.
I said
you said that if LeBron comes back and he's able to be 100%.
I said but he also said that he doesn't think he's going to be 100%.
Regardless, my main point here, the last thing I really care about with this Lakers Golden State game, the fact that he hit the game winner is great, but you're talking about an extraordinarily undermanned Golden State team that has Steph and Draymond, and you were in the position.
Can you imagine?
You were in the position to have to hit that game winner.
Can you imagine when Clay comes back? That team's going to be dangerous.
And what's his name? Jordan Bone, or what the fuck is the dude's name?
Clarkson?
No. He was a rookie last year. I don't think it's Jordan Bone, but it might be.
I think that's the name.
Might be him. So they're saying like, yeah, this guy has the potential to be the third Splash Brother. Apparently, he got a nice stroke from deep. Pause.
Hey, so we'll see, man. But no, I just wanted to bring that. It was a nice shot, and you know. This play-in game is kind of interesting. I'll say that. Yeah. I still need to.
It's weird. It's a weird format, and I still don't understand it.
Yeah, I'm having issues with it a bit, but you know, I guess it's a nice little way to kind of throw a wrench in the system just a bit, right? It's not all based on the numbers that accumulate to give you first through eighth in both conferences. You know, once that's occurred or for whatever, now you're like, oh. Also, these two got to face off, and whoever gets this, now they're 7th and 8th seed.
What I like about it is it's
it's
like a pre-playoffs. So it takes that the energy of the last maybe 10, 12 game stretch of the regular season, and it turns it into a tournament style. So now
you got to do this.
You have to win to advance to get into the playoffs.
It makes those last games matter, which is important.
It turns up the competition level just a little bit before, and then once the playoffs hit, of course, you know how that works. But
yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's interesting how maybe the league was just itching for a change. The competition, the way the style of play and the style of calling the game, the way those things have evolved.
The league has changed.
You needed something to kind of help adapt to that a little bit.
Yeah, and I do think basketball is suffering from a little bit of overdose, essentially, or overexposure, because of how little of the break they had between the bubble down in Florida. And
I don't think that's necessarily the case.
I do, man. They didn't. They didn't. And also think about all the players being injured.
Well, so what I'm
there was such a lack of time between the bubble and
I don't think that
there was no training camp. There was no summer league.
I don't think the amount of basketball on TV has been a problem. I think what's the problem is that there's so little time between games that you're having minute management. Yes, the injuries, of course, and a lot of the superstars that people want to see are not out there every game. Yeah. And it's kind of like you want to see the superstars. Like, great, everybody in there is in the NBA.
Listen, Vanessa Bryant said something about Kobe. She was like, he was hurt. And I was like, well, you're hurt. Why can't you not play? He's like, because what about that one fan who's been saving up to come to this game to see me play.
Yeah.
I can't disappoint that fan.
Gotta respect
And I
it.
think there's that's being lost a lot in today's league. It's a more selfish.
1000%.
No, listen, they're more thinking about themselves to get to their promised land, to win that championship, which is fine. And I understand it, and I don't even hate that. I just think that the
I
consideration...
do hate it.
I think the consideration needs to be there. I don't even think it's even there. That's the problem. When they're talking about, oh, today I'm going to sit out, I don't think they thought of
The fan.
there might be somebody in there. That doesn't even cross them. I just asked for that thought to cross their mind. The way Jordan did, the way Kobe Bryant did.
That's why I hate it. Because if you go back to that 90s era, yeah, we divert to that a lot, but it was a more physical style of play, and there was a lot more just like big dudes, and they're all...
People were getting fucked up back
and
then.
there wasn't minute management like that. Like, the superstars didn't sit out there. They wanted to be...
Michael Jordan's played like 82 games a season, every season, and played like 44... 45 minutes a game, every game.
Like, you guys talk about how...
Unless they put the ice on the knees on the victory, but that was a whole other story.
Well, they talk about, like, Tibbs and minute management and how he's hurting his players by keeping them out there. That used to be the norm. Like,
yeah.
Tibbs is an old school
Yeah,
coach.
he is. I guess, you do have to somehow evolve your coaching style when taking into consideration. I think the player nowadays is just so genetically more athletic and able that the body hasn't caught up in its ability to manage it, right? So I know it sounds a little weird, right? Like, the body can't manage what it allows itself to do, but it can't. So, like, Derrick was a freak of fucking nature, the guy who can jump over everybody on a fast break off 1 foot, like, literally
6'3",
crazy,
just fucking 40-inch vertical, dunking on the biggest guy out.
But that torque that it puts on the body, that fucking that pressure that it puts on the knee, and so you land, and then the next thing you want to do is jump off with another quick twitch, movement, and sometimes you jump the wrong way with more planting. It's a freak fucking accident that the body doesn't know.
The ligaments in
yet.
the knee are extraordinarily, like, they can be very sensitive.
Yeah,
like, so
can.
the wrong movement can definitely fuck you up.
So and it's small things like that, like jumping and running and these quick lateral
But this is nothing
shifts.
new, man. Sport's been around forever. Like, as long as man has been around, there's been sport.
New, but
So.
what's new is the abilities.
And it's
the athleticism is so much farther along than it was even 20 years ago.
for sure. And I mean, it's
something in the water.
I don't know, man. I just think, like, again, it's a show that you go to pay to go and see.
Yeah.
And the bigger names that the people really want to go and see should be present.
Agreed. I listen. If you can't play, you can't play. I'm okay with that.
Again, I tell you, at 43, Michael Jordan averaged 20-something points a game.
No, agree. I'm saying, like,
he's out
if
there
you
as an old-ass
if
man.
you can't play, like, if it's a physical impossible,
Right.
I don't, like, even if it's a matter
Exactly,
of, hey,
100%.
dude, you're cool to play, but there's a chance because of what happened last game, you might want, don't play.
Yeah. If you don't want to,
but if
if
you're
it's
like,
injury related, it's different.
but if you're like, I had some eggs,
Well, I don't know. I bought some shoes.
I gotta take a like you ain't playing today, but like, nah, I gotta take a shit. And like, yo, if you don't get your little constipated ass out on that court and dunk the fucking basketball,
Remember they used to have those Campbell's Chunky
if you
commercials?
can't, you better shit on yourself in that court to come just to show that. Oh man,
remember they used to have those Campbell's Chunky commercials, and it was like the football players.
Did you eat your chunky soup?
Like, there's no way you're eating that shit before you go and
Donovan,
play.
did you eat your chunky soup?
Ain't no way you're going out on the football field after you ate that.
Dude, you
Sorry,
got a
man.
boo-boo all over the place.
It's
You
nasty.
can't, before you're going to hoop, you better eat something that's like easily digestible and not shittable right away.
Word. Hey, listen.
Don't drink no fucking
nothing
coffee.
worse than having mud butt on the court, man.
Yo, I know people that used to come to the court drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. Like, that ain't a natural diuretic.
Nah. I mean, I was smoking cigarettes, but it wasn't coffee. Usually I Gatorade.
Dude, like you telling me right now you don't gotta take a shit. Like,
There's been definitely times that I was out there playing and our game ended and I was like, cool, man. Next one up, y'all take your time. I'm going to go take a shot.
yeah, dude, sometimes you gotta take a shit, man.
And you hated to do that in like the public park district. It is whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about shit. So.
But yeah, so long story short, man, in terms of basketball players, I appreciate those who show up and really give the fans everything that they have.
Mhm.
And regardless of whether or not I don't want to, because as an athlete, I'm not really an athlete as much as I
As
used
what
to
was
be.
once be
And
an athlete.
being an athlete at one point in my life, right?
Mhm.
I plan to get back to hooping. I do, but regardless of that, I'd like to take into consideration knowing how playing basketball specifically. I mean, we've played other sports, but we've hooped, right? How that can hurt and affect your body and things that like. So I try to take that into consideration, but I don't want to see this like, well, we have a back-to-back, and then we also have a tough team to the next game after that back-to-back.
Yeah.
So I don't want to play the second game of the back-to-back. So on the next game, I could be fresh. No, you fuck-face motherfucker.
I mean, obviously,
You
okay.
got paid, dude. When they break down some of these basketball players getting paid like $2,700 a minute or a set, you'd be like, dude, if you don't get your little bitch ass off that get up off your shoulders,
Like,
get in that damn court, play
there's-
this fucking game.
When I was thinking about this before, I was like, oh, I'll put the caveat on it that hey, it's a shortened season, everything's compressed. They're like putting more. But yo, man, okay, given it's not the same level of competition. But we used to go out and play 3-4 fucking hours. I'm not sitting down. Like, go just fucking hooping all day long.
It's
a game that you play that
when you add
you got
money,
mad stops in the middle of the game because they're blowing the whistle all damn day.
when you
got a halftime
add
and
money,
shit.
when you add money,
Then get your ass out there.
yes, but also things become more.
There's
bullshitty.
liabilities and
Yeah,
people got to make sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, fuck
no.
that.
I know it is. Fuck that. But
I understand
we're
what you're
talking
saying.
about
I hear
I don't
you.
like it. I don't like it either. I'm just saying that's kind of the reality.
I'm
of
aware,
this.
but I'm just saying, yeah, no, it's
Protecting assets is the key of the game, name of the game. And like I said, that's kind of why at the beginning of this conversation I was saying that fans are maybe the least taken into account when making considerations for the next
which is
game.
fucked up because the fans allow for all those considerations.
Yeah, we pay you, bitch. We pay
Mhm.
you.
Same way I feel about the police. Bitch, you work for me. Check yourself for
you
your
get money
regular
out my check, man. Anyway,
self.
so I was thinking about a new segment. I don't know if you are interested because we are like a sneaker-centric podcast to
Right.
some extent.
Got a big shoe in the middle of us.
Look at that big thing right there. But so I was thinking pause. So I was thinking and we don't always have them, but I think we should add a pickups segment, right?
Okay,
But
we never have. them.
but we talk about what we got. But on Patreon, we unbox them on camera.
Listen,
So I was gonna
enough
say
with the talk about
'cause
Patreon. I told you already.
yeah, I know,
I don't
but
want to talk
I-
about it until we get
Well,
it up.
I just wanted to talk about my pickups
Pause
because I
on
rarely have pickups.
All right, we'll talk about your pickups.
So I was able to pick. So first and
I
foremost,
was able to procure.
I want to introduce the Flint Sevens just came out 2 Saturdays ago now.
I think so.
It's hard to tell now because everything comes out. There's a shoe coming out almost every fucking day now, which is weird. It's like this shit.
We don't
didn't
have
happen.
them here, so look it up. If you
There's
know what the shoe looks
Jordans
like.
on Saturdays used to be a thing. It's not. It's fucking retarded.
You like Jordans
No,
on
I hate it. I hate it.
Saturday?
Anyway,
I gotta have
so
it when I cannot right now.
yeah, exactly. That came to mind. Hey, little cutie, the way you talk to me, swear the whole world stops. You're mine, sweetheart.
All right, chill, Chris. All right.
I'm so glad that you're mine. Anyway, so I hate that idea of that things just are every day. So you got to check sneakers every day. I looked on there and I knew these new shoes were coming out since like January. I was like, oh my God. It took them, these shoes last released 2006, 15 years ago. It took them 15 years to finally retro the shoe for the first time, right? It took them 15 years. So I've been waiting and waiting. I didn't have no loot back then, and I ain't really got much now, but I can at least once in a while get a few things. So, man, I wanted these shoes. I tried, and it was just like everything else on sneakers, the most impossible thing.
Yeah.
Impossible. So a few days later, I get on my phone, and I get an email from Champ saying, Flint 7's back in stock. Cool. So I went, had my size 12, clicked go ahead and add to cart. And as I added, it says I'm back order, right? And it should ship out by May 14th. It's May 13th at this point.
Foot Locker's.
This is
touchy
Champs.
with that.
This
Oh,
is Champs.
Same thing.
Yeah, but
Same thing. Same system.
But technically not because I have my second pickup is I'll get into that. So, so I click. I said fuck it, purchased it. what are you gonna do? What you get? When they ship, if they ship, they ship. If they don't, they don't. At least I tried.
This happened during the week, and mind
This
you,
was like
when
Monday,
he bought,
right?
When this happened, it was like first thing in the morning, and I had just opened my eyes. He's calling me, and I'm like, "Fuck that!" Bro. And he's like, "I need your opinion." I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
because
all right.
I've never ordered anything off Champ's back order like that or anything like
yeah.
that. So I just wanted to know if he had.
I was just like, "Yo, you might as well try it.
Yeah,
What's
give
the
it a
worst that can
shot.
happen?" You know?
So I went ahead, purchased them, and I was just every day I was like, "Fuck, man." It says
Took him quite a
the weirdest thing is you would go on there and it'd say they were still available. I bet you can go on right now and still click on and try to see if you can get another pair. 12 was still available. It was the weirdest
Last
thing.
time I checked, it
for
was
a
like 11
shoe,
and a half available, I think.
For a shoe that sold out on sneakers, like fucking that,
Yeah.
they were still available. I'm like, what is this shit? So I waited. So 2 days ago, I got was it 2 days or yesterday?
I think it was, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I think it was I think it was
One of the day.
Friday morning, I think, but it could be yesterday morning. I got I got an email saying your shoes have shipped, your payment has been taken. I was like, what the fuck? So long story short, man, I'm getting shoes that I've been waiting for 15 years. I'm so excited for this fucking pair of shoes.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. I told Adam though it had to be a glitch in the system, like something happened.
That happened
in
to
the
me
Matrix.
before too, with like the royal blue ones.
But-
and they
but-
did it. They told me that I got them, and then they sent me an email. I wanted to fight Foot Locker. So.
But what I'm saying is these shoes I've been waiting for so long. It had to be a glitch in the Matrix, like to allow them to get into my possession.
All right, open the door just
Like
a little bit longer.
fine. This dude's been trying. There's only one pair of shoes other than that this year I want like that, like where I'm anticipating them, and I got to get the next round of Cool Gray 11s. So hopefully we'll get those. We'll see. I haven't got the Flints in yet. When I do, I'm gonna do an unboxing video. I am going to do it. And I'll just send it to you.
Give people what they want. I don't know if you guys want that, but
no, we'll do it, or maybe I'll bring them here. Whatever we do.
Yeah.
And then I actually picked up. I've been looking at a pair of. I haven't bought a pair of Air Force Ones in years. But I've been looking at this pair of white with gum bottoms, right? Because I love gum bottom shoes, but gum bottom Air Force One specifically, like it's just some about them joints.
The little brown outline on the bottom of the white.
So I've been waiting. I was on Nike. They had them. I was like, I don't know if I want to buy them. Whatever. So I fuck around and went on Champs. I was like, Champs been nice to me. Maybe I'll buy a second pair from them. They didn't have them. Yeah. They had them in an 11 and a half. Actually, no, I take that back. It had it, where they say you can pick it, and then you pick it, and it says it's sold out.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. So I went to Foot Locker, and that's why I'm saying they're not the same, because Foot Locker actually had them in size 12 stock.
I'm just saying the operating system is the same.
Definitely. They're still a Flex app company. I got a lot of Flex points in the last week. Anyway.
Well, congrats.
Yeah,
Sounds like you finally scratched your itch.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty happy. I got a little crazy with some shoes this week, so I'm gonna stab back for a bit. But it's hard when sneakers releases a shoe every year, every day.
Well, let's jump into that right to what we're wearing now.
Yeah, because I know we got time running down, right?
Yeah, we gotta
get going.
What you got?
Today I have the metallic black 5s. These are you guys have seen these, but you could tell by the yellowing. I don't know if you could see it in the camera.
See that right
there? These joints are from 06. These are fucking back from the
15 years ago.
15 years ago. And I mean, they're super comfortable right now, man. Like very comfy to wear. They've been broken in perfectly. And I don't wear them as much as I would like because actually today I had another pair in my mind, but they were underneath a whole bunch of boxes and boxes of cards and in this little corner. So I didn't grab them. I tried, but almost everything fell apart. So I just left them be and grabbed these.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but probably my favorite 5. If not for the
yellowing actually looks good on them.
The yellow looks really good on this shoe.
Yeah.
A lot.
Because I really hate the oxidation most of the time.
No, but this yellow on this shoe looks fucking fire, right?
Yeah,
and
sure,
if it's not these 5s, my other favorite is... So I have the Wolf Gray, and I really enjoy those, but my other favorite would probably be the white Fire Red, if that's a... Yeah. Those are the ones, remember, I bought when I had in high school for the first time. Anyway.
I fucks with the 5s.
Yeah, 5s are a dope shoe. I know you love them a lot. I'm still trying to get your 1s, trying to trade these fucking 12s. Adam won't do it. Anyway, what you got on your feet?
I have the, I believe these are the Derrick Rose 4s, 773 Chicago edition.
Represent.
Yeah. I mean,
I
didn't really put these on knowing that we were
be clubbing.
I didn't really put these
Everybody
on.
Everybody like when the girl shakes something.
This man.
Shake it like it ain't nothing wrong. Club on.
I didn't really put these on with the idea in mind that we were going to be discussing Derrick, but Always repping. You know.
Oh yeah, hardly home, but always repping. Except we're always home, and I lately I
Always
haven't
home and repping.
been. Lately, I ain't been home.
Last night was the only time.
Yo, let me tell you how much vacationing has fucked up Friday nights for me. A lot. I just wanted to be on the beach on last Friday. It was so like I was bored. There was nothing to do. I was like, man, I just want to be on the beach.
It's funny because I was talking to our boy C-Mob the other day. Shout out C-Mob, and he was like, he just recently started like his corporate professional business going on, right? So he has 9 to 5 weekends off and shit. He's like, man, I finally see why people love Fridays. I was like, yeah, dude, it's different.
Now, your life's just gonna flash before you because you're just waiting for that fucking Friday.
It's different when you work Monday through Friday and then you got the weekends off, you know?
Yeah, Friday when you've had every other day off is just a fucking another day.
I have one closing topic that I'd like to talk about because I just was I've been watching like a whole lot of Dave Chappelle press run shit from the last year, and he was on Jimmy Fallon at some point last year, and he asked him a question that I thought was interesting. And I had a completely different answer than him. But he said, do you prefer concerts that you stand or sit?
Stand.
Okay. To me,
But,
there's caveats.
So yeah, exactly.
If I'm at a rap show, I want to sit.
Okay,
because
so
this motherfucker
that's
gonna be
where-
at least an
that's
hour and a
where
half
I was
late.
getting. So we've been to shows where we stood for hours waiting.
Yeah.
Rakim took 5 fucking hours to come out once. Were you with us at that show?
Was the House Blues?
No, that was at the Metro.
So
So it took him 5 hours to come out, and all these opening acts. My legs were tired. I didn't even enjoy the concert. I was so done. Right? Fucking. But when we went to the House of Blues,
Or
Nas, and Pusha. That we stood and it was dope because the show was on time.
But House of Blues is a venue that
Yeah.
it's like not cramped. It's not, you know, and that was sponsored by Heineken. It was cool. We got free beer and shit.
So I'll say this: long as the show is on time, I'm not sitting there waiting through opening acts that suck, and my body's starting to ache because I've been waiting for you for so long, and you're being really inconsiderate with your time. Then I want to sit, but even then, I probably won't come to your show. But so if I know that it's going to be bang bang bang, I'm out. Cool. I'll come stand. But at the Griselda show, they had seats.
I'll say it also depends on the size of the venue. Like Metro, I don't mind standing because it's not a huge place.
Yeah.
It's a pretty intimate
Yeah.
setting. It does kind of suck standing because like the stage is low and the visibility can suck if too many tall people in front. But yeah, I think generally speaking, at a small venue when it's not a rap show, which mind you, I haven't really been to shows that aren't rap. It's different, man. Because like
I do want to go to an R&B show. I think,
and I
up.
think something about small venues brings rappers out a little bit quicker.
It's intimate. It's an intimate setting.
They don't take 3.5 hours.
Well, I don't know.
come out.
Rakim took 5 hours.
Well,
Anyway, I'm just saying. But the Griselda show was at the patio, and we were actually sitting. But obviously, when they came out, we started standing, and man, that was a dope show. That was right before COVID. It was crazy.
Well, what do y'all think, man? What are your opinions? Standing, sitting, and I mean, if you want to give us a reason why, that'd be cool too. But whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people actually make it to this part of the show.
Hopefully, a lot. Unfortunately, this week there will be no after party.
Yeah,
We have
got some visitors in, some family haven't seen in a while, so we're gonna probably wrap this up now. The Patreon, the likelihood is I'll probably launch it this week. I just want to look at everything and make sure that I have what I consider enough content. Keep you guys a little bit busy, and then as we go, we'll continue to add, obviously.
We'll try and get.
But
that done.
thank you guys for tuning in to episode 93.
Follow us on the socials.
I feel as though it's been a good pod.
We love you.
We discussed some things.
We did.
Shout out to all of y'all.
And I would say shout out to Glenn.
Obviously, shout out to Glenn, and then you know what? Even shout out to Glenn.
Why not? Shout that motherfucker out.
All right, man. We'll talk to y'all next week.